या अरहंत सिद्ध सुर उपाध्याय साधु सर्व अर्थ के प्रकाशी मांगलिक उपकारी है। तीन को स्वरूप जानी रागते भई जो भक्ति काय को नमाय स्तुति को उच्चारी है। धन्य धन्य तुम्ही से काज सब आज भयो कर जोरी बारंबार वंदना हमारी है। मंगल कल्याण सुख ऐसो हम चाहते हो मेरी ऐसी दशा जैसी तुम धारी है। हो मेरी ऐसी दशा जैसी तुम धारी है। So we are on to the last chapter of this Tattvagyan part 2, lesson number 9, Devagam Stotra. Stotra is a kind of prayer only, okay? And why it is called Devagam? Because the first word of this Stotra is Devagaman. Dev, like Devagaman means Devoka Gaman, you know. So just like in Bhaktamar, the first word is Bhaktamar. So it was named Bhaktamar Stotra. Similarly, in Kalyan Mandir, the first word is Kalyan. So it is named after that Kalyan Mandir. Similarly, this Devagam Stotra has been named Devagam because the first word is Devagam. That's all. So this is a very good prayer. Actually, this Devagam Stotra is basically a Manglacharan of Gandh Hasti Mahabhasya. Okay, this Gandh Hasti Mahabhasya is written by Acharya Samandbhadra, and in that Gandh Hasti Mahabhasya is a commentary on Tattvat Sutra, and just as in Tattvat Sutra, the Manglacharan is Moksha Margas Netaram Bhetaram Karma Bhubhrutam Gyataram Vishwa Tattvana Vande Tadgun Labde. So the Manglacharan of Tattvat Sutra was this one. So similarly for Gandh Hasti Mahabhashya, which is again a commentary on this Tattvat Sutra only. So in that, this Devagam Stotra is written as a Manglacharan. Okay. So this Acharya Samanbhadra, we had earlier read about him in Vitrag Vigyan part 2, chapter 2, but we will again be reading this once again. It's a small introduction, but nevertheless we will read it. So for introduction, I will ask Prinalji to read through the whole introduction. I'll just share the...
Yes, sir.
You have the book with you?
Yes, I got the book.
Oh, good.
Devagam Strot Apta Mimansa Tarkik Chakrachudmani Acharya Samanbhadra was a great Acharya of the second Vikram century. He is famous as the first writer of adoration verse. He has written many stories full of deep logic. Devagam Strot is incomparable and is also called Apta Mimansa, wherein a thoughtful discussion on Apta, the real God, has been reported. Acharya Samanbhadra wrote a commentary named Gandh Hasti Mahabhashya on the Tattvat Sutra, Moksha Shastra of Umaswami. This Devagam Strot is the benedictory verse of Gandh Hasti Mahabhashya in the context of the same of Tattvat Sutra. Many serious and spacious commentaries in Sanskrit have been written on this strot. Amongst with the Ashtashasti of Acharya Aklandyo with 800 verses, and the Ashtashastri of Acharya Vijayanand with 8,000 verses are very famous. This stotra has 114 verses. It is not possible to give them here. Its meaning is also very complex, and this is no place for its exposition. The first 16 verses are reproduced here as sample. The stotra and its commentaries need studies in the original. The subject matter of the stotra is to clarify the chief characteristics of Apta in the style of adoration verses. This has been written as an irony. Acharya Vidyanandi writes explaining the irony. It is as if Bhagwan Apta himself asked Samantabhadra why Acharya Umasami in his great scripture Tattvat Sutra has adored him without describing his great attributes. When such attributes are present in countless numbers, Samantabhadra wrote this Devagam Stotra in answer to this question.
So basically, this has been written as an answer to that question. Ki, so in Acharya Umaswamy, in his great scripture Tattva Sutra, has adored him, adored adored Bhagwan, the Apt, without describing his great attributes. These great attributes is Atishay, Tirthankar has always this Atishay, 34 kinds of special attributes. And then there is 8 Pratiharya. So all these are great attributes. When such attributes are present in countless numbers. Samantabhadra wrote this Devagam Sutra in answer to this question. So basically, this Devagam Sutra explains or elaborates about the Apt. Apt is God is called, real God is called an Apt. And Mimamsa means critical analysis on that. So this Apt Mimamsa or Devagam Sutra is a critical analysis on the Apt. Apt is the one who is complete passionless and one who is with complete knowledge, omniscient. Okay, so basically the real gods are passionless, omniscient, and their speech is for the welfare of the people. So this basically this in this verse it is explained about the Apt, how they are called omniscient, and in this particular verse they have proved it, how they are omniscient, how they are called omniscient. So first they will have a general explanation on omniscient, and then there will be a specific explanation on the omniscient. Samanya Sarvagna Siddhi, and then there will be Vishesh Sarvagna Siddhi. So Samanya Sarvagna Siddhi is the general proof of omniscience, and then Vishesh Sarvagna Siddhi is specific proof of omniscience. So apart from that, there will be three words on non-existence. The chapter that we studied in Tattvagyan Part 1, Chapter 7, Char Abhav. Okay, non-existence. Prag Bhav, Pradvansha Bhav, then Anyonya Bhav, and Atyanta Bhav. So that also has come from this chapter only. So there are 3 words on that, and then there will be something on 7 predications, Saptabhangi. Okay, so this is a very good prayer, I would say, elaborating on the true God. So I'll just. So in 4 abouts, we read about Prag Bhav, prior non-existence, Pradvansa Bhav, future non-existence, Anyonya Bhav, mutual non-existence, and Atyanta Bhav, absolute non-existence. Do you remember this or you have forgotten?
Can you please repeat 3 bhavs?
So you take out Tattvagan 1, page number 50. I'll be explaining when our words will come now. Then
okay. So I'll just get my book.
Yeah, you get your book. Everyone get your book Tattvagan part 1. So we might refer it from there also some part. But everything is given here, so may not be requiring. So this Devagam Stotra, as you have seen the introduction of Acharya Samanbhadra, he has written this Devagam Stotra. It is also called Apt Mimansa, wherein they have proved that Apt is the person who knows everything. So there are in total 114 words in this, but out of this, only 16 is there in our syllabus as an introduction to that. The subject matter of the stotra is to clarify the chief characteristics of the Apt in the style of adoration verses, Stuti Sahitya. So it is called stotra, and this is the first. Acharya Samanbhadra is the first writer of these stotras. He is only the first one to start this stotra, Sahitya. So all will be in the form of poem only. Acharya Vidyani writes explaining the irony. Okay. It is as if Bhagwan Apt himself asked Samanbhadra, why Acharya Umaswami in his great scripture Tattvat Sutra has adored him without describing his great attributes, Atishay, when such attributes are present in countless numbers. So all their special qualities, they are present in countless numbers. But Acharya Umaswami in Tattvat Sutra describe the gods with only 3 qualities, basic 3 qualities, that is passionlessness, omniscient, and the sermons for the welfare of the people. So he described the God, real God, with these 3 description only, and all these special great attributes that he didn't discuss. In spite that such attributes are present in the Apt in countless numbers. So why he did that? So Samanbhadra wrote this to answer that question. Now we will see why the real God is appreciated, why he is so much great. So there are certain logics given here, and because of this logic, this Devagam Stotra is very famous. It's a very famous creation of Acharya Samanbhadra. So in all there will be 16 that we will be reading. So in the first to 6, they will prove why the God is great. Okay, why the God is great, for what quality we appreciate the God. And then, of course, there will be this general proof of omniscience and the specific proof of omniscience. Yeah. Then 7th and 8th will be about those people who believe in absolutism. Okay, so there will be discussion on that, and then from 9 to 11 the discussion will be on the 4 non-existence, and then 12, 13 that will be 12 to 16 that will be on Saptabhangi, the 7 predication. So this is all about this 1 to 16. So let's begin the first one. We will not read the Sanskrit part. We will directly read the English one. Oh God. So the heading for this verse is बाह्य विभूति के कारण जिनेंद्र भगवान महान नहीं है. God is not great because of his external qualities, external specialities. Okay. So in this verse, this will be explained. Oh God, you are not great in my vision only on account of the facts. 3 reasons are given there. First one, that gods from the heaven come to have your darshan. Okay. So God is not great. First reason, that God comes from the heaven to come to have your darshan. Second, that you move in the sky. Okay. So the gods move in the sky. That is the second quality. And the third one is that you are adorned with whisk and divine umbrellas. Whisk is chamvar and divine umbrella is chhatra. You know, there are 8 pratiharyas with the Tirthankar or the Apt, and out of which these 2 are there, whisk and divine umbrellas. So 3 reasons given, that you are not great because that the gods from the heaven come to have your darshan, that you move in the sky, and the third one is you are adorned with whisk and divine umbrellas. For all these are seen in an illusive being also. Okay. So these special qualities are also present with illusive being. Okay. Mayaviya. Those who are not real God, but they think themselves to be God. So these are called illusive beings. So what are this 34 plus 8 pratiharya? 8 pratiharya is Chamvar, Bhamandal, Sinhasan, Kalpavriksha, Divyadvani, Pushpavrishti, Teen Chhatra, and Dudumbi. I will give you the names. 1 minute. I think. No. I'll give you later on. Tomorrow I'll give you the names, okay, in English. So these are all Hindi names. And then there are 34 special attributes, out of which 10 is during the birth, 10 is during the manifestation of omniscience, and then 14 are done by the heavenly beings, you know. So there are 34 special attributes plus this 8 pratiharya. So 34 plus 8 is 42. And there are 4 other Ananta Gyan, Ananta Darshan, Ananta Sukh, Ananta Virya. So infinite knowledge, infinite perception, Ananta Gyan, Ananta Darshan, Ananta Sukh, infinite bliss, and Ananta Virya, infinite power. Okay. So these are the only four which are dependent on the soul. The rest 42 are all depending on the external factors. So the first argument that is given is that God is not great because the heavenly beings come and have your darshan, you move in the sky, and you are adorned with wings and divine umbrellas. Because these are also seen with elusive beings. So this is not why you are great. The second verse. In the same manner, external and internal embellishments, that is atishay, of the physical form is body, though not found in elusive beings, are found in heavenly beings. So some of the qualities, attributes are found with heavenly beings, having attachments and other passions. So these heavenly beings are having attachment and other passion. On account of this, also you cannot be great in my view. Okay. So this is the second logic given here. Why you are not great. So you are not great because of the appreciation that you get from the heavenly gods, because you move in the sky and because you are adorned with wings and divine umbrellas. And in the same manner, you are not great because of the external and internal embellishments, atishay, of the body. Okay. Though not found in elusive beings, are found in some of the heavenly beings who are having attachment and passions. So if that is also with heavenly beings who has got attachment and other passions, then how can we call you great because of those qualities? On account of this, also you cannot be great in my view. Now moving on to the third. Your greatness does not hold good because you are the basis of all scriptural knowledge and a propagator of the religion. So this is the third logic, that you are not great because of the scriptural knowledge and because of propagator of the religion. Because there are many writers of religious scriptures and propagators of religious sects and communities, and the utterances of all these are generally mutually contradictory. Okay. So this goes on to prove. Okay. See, I am reading in Hindi. आगम के आधार एवं धर्म तीर्थ को चलाने वाले होने से भी आपकी महानता सिद्ध नहीं होती, क्योंकि शास्त्रों को बनाने वाले और संप्रदाय पंथ रूप तीर्थों को चलाने वाले अनेक है और उन सब के वचन प्राय परस्पर विरोधी है. ओके. सो देयर आर मैनी great scholars of different religions, okay, who have written the scriptures and who has also led the communities. Okay. But all their sermons and the talks are mutually opposite. Mutually contradictory. Okay, not opposites, but contradictory would be a great word. So those who are having this contradictory statements, they cannot be apt, So the whatever sermons that the apt give, the real God gives, there is no contradiction at all. It is all very clear cut, clear cut knowledge that they express. So So those who are having this contradictory statements, they cannot be apt. Out of these three, there should be one who is a real God. So now they are proving it that among all the religions, the one who believes in Anekant, that will be the real God. Anekant means multifaceted reality. So this soul, the substance, has got innumerable infinite qualities, and out of which there are contradictory qualities also present. Okay, it's called dharma. धर्म कैसे होते हैं? परस्पर विरोधी, mutually contradictory. Okay, like nitya and anitya. Okay, so dravya apeksha nitya hai, paryaya apeksha anitya hai. So these are both contradictory, but both are part of the substance. So we cannot rule out any one of that. So there are a lot of this dharma in the substance which are quite opposite to each other, but nevertheless they are in the same substance. And because of that, the talks that we will do will be also in this manner, that it will be a talk from particular perspective. So from that perspective, whatever is being said is absolutely true. But from the other perspective, it may not be true. So this is all about that. Now the fourth one. 1, 2, 3, 4th. Okay. Oh Lord, your greatness lies in omniscience and complete detachment. Okay. Omniscience is sarvagnata and complete detachment is vitragta. So this is what we call general proof of omniscience. So in the first three, there will arguments given that you are not great because of this. And now in the fourth stanza, they are giving the answer that you are great because of omniscience and complete detachment. Omniscient and complete detachment are not impossible of achievement. The complete elimination of delusion. Okay, delusion is mithyatva. Attachment and aversions. Attachment is rag and aversion is dvesh. The complete elimination of delusion, attachment and aversions and other blemishes and non-existence of jnana varana and other karmas are possible because their progressive elimination is seen. Okay, so there will be somebody who has got less of jnana varana karma, then somebody else who has got more jnana varana karma. So this keeps on increasing and decreasing, these karmas. Okay, so similarly there could be someone who will have complete freedom from these karmas. The complete elimination of delusion, attachment, aversion, and other blemishes and non-existence of jnana, varana, and other karmas are possible because their progressive elimination is seen. So their gradual elimination is seen. So this means their complete elimination is quite possible. Just as in this world, impure gold stone with the help of fire becomes pure. Okay, impure gold. So whenever we extract gold from the mines, it is always with impurities like mud and other things. Okay, but when we put it on fire, all the impurities goes away and gold becomes totally pure, 24 karat. Just as in this world, impure gold stone with the help of fire becomes pure, discarding all internal and external impurities. In the same way, with the fire of meditation. So in case of gold, we put it on fire. So in case of soul, what will be a role of the fire? So instead of fire, there will be meditation. And by meditation, okay, pure operative consciousness, with the fire of meditation of the pure operative consciousness, a soul can be free from its blemishes and become omniscient and completely detached. So this is general proof of omniscience, that there could be a person who can get away with all kind of impurities and delusions and attachments and aversions and other blemishes and all types of karmas. So this can be possible. So this they have proved that there can be a identity, there can be a substance who is totally pure, he who has removed all his impurities. So this is the general proof of omniscience. Now there will be, this is the fifth one. So in the fifth one, they will give another logic. Yeah. Very small atoms means which we cannot through our knowledge. Okay. Very small atoms, sukshma. Okay. Sukshma atoms. Then it is written here, internal attachments. You know why it is written as internal attachments? Because in the Hindi, it is written as rag. So rag means attachment. But there is a misprint in the Hindi version. It will be Ram. Okay. The character of Ram, Ravan, and that all. So it was Ram Adik, Ram, Ravan, and other characters. So instead of Ram, he wrote Rag. In the Hindi version, there is a typing mistake, it is Rag. And because this is the translation from the Hindi, so he wrote here attachment, internal attachment, etc. But it will be Ram Ravan, far from present time objects. Okay. So what is Ram and Ravan? Ram and Ravan is far from present time objects. So Ram was here quite a long ago. Ravan was here quite a long ago. Okay. So they are not present in the present moment. So this, by Ram and Ravan, they want to give an example of the objects which are far from the present time. Means that which has the events which has already elapsed long ago. And distant substance like Mount Meru. Okay. So this is a distant substance by space. And this Ram and Ravan is a distant substance by time. You're getting it? Okay. So very small atoms. Then Ram, Ravan, etc. Objects which are far from the present time. This is second. And the third one is distant substance like Mount Meru are the objects of vision of some being, because they are known by inference. Inference is Anuman Gyan. Okay. So we have not seen Ram lively, but through these sermons and indirect knowledge, we know that Ram existed here long time ago. Similarly, there is a very small atom, very suksham. We cannot see it from our eyes or any of the senses, because these are very small. Our knowledge of what kind of knowledge we are having? Sensory knowledge and the scriptural knowledge. with this sensory knowledge and scriptural knowledge, we cannot see an atom. Okay. So very small atoms, then objects which are far from present time like Ram and Ravan. And the third one is distant substance, far from the point of view of space, like Mount Meru are the objects of vision of some being. But we may not be knowing, our knowledge is very limited, but there are somebody else who knows it live. They are receiving it live because they are known by inference. We are knowing it because of our inference knowledge or the Anuman Gyan. All those that are known by inference are actually, then there is a word missing, directly seen by somebody. You can write it down, the word directly. Okay. Directly, as are actually directly seen by somebody. Just as we infer by the presence of smoke the existence of fire. Now there is an example given that as by seeing the smoke we can say that there is a fire on that mountain. Okay. So how we could do that? Because we know there is a relationship between smoke and a fire. If there is no fire, there cannot be any smoke. Somebody sees the actual fire also. So somebody who's there on the mountain is seeing actually the fire, but we are not able to see. But because of the smoke, we are coming to a conclusion that there is a fire on the mountain. But somebody who is standing there in the mountain, they can see the fire live. Likewise, if we know the subtle internal and distant objects. Okay. So it is not internal, it will be subtle, it will not be internal attachments. Again, you have to write here, correct it here. It will be far from present time objects. Likewise, if we know the subtle far from present time objects and distant objects. Okay. By inference, okay, if we are knowing it by inference knowledge, somebody can know them directly. This way, the existence of an omniscient being is proved. So this is the second logic. The first one was that this attachment and aversions and delusions can be eliminated, because they are seen in fluctuation form. So it can happen that they can be completely destroyed. That was the first logic. And the second logic is that some small objects like atoms, then far from present time objects like Ram, Ravan, and distant substances like Mount Meru are not seen by us, but we know it through our inference. But there are somebody who knows it directly. This way, the existence of an omniscient being is proved. Okay. So these are the two logics which proves the general proof of omniscience. Now, in the sixth verse, we are coming to the specific proof of omniscience. Oh Bhagwan, that omniscient and detached being is yourself. Sixth one. We are reading the sixth one. Further down. Yes, sixth one. Oh Bhagwan, that omniscient and detached being is yourself, because your voice is without any contradictions, as is clear from the scriptures and logic. Now, he wants to prove the specific proof of omniscience. So now he's telling that you are the one who is omniscient and completely passionlessness. Okay, completely detached. Okay, because your voice is without any contradiction. Voice means your sermons, your preachings is without any contradiction. Okay, so the other people had these contradictions. The people from other religions had these contradictions, but you are without any contradictions, as is clear from the scriptures and also through logics. We can prove it. The next, the seventh one. Now they will give a logic to prove the specific proof of omniscience. Hey Bhagwan, oh Bhagwan. No, we are reading the seventh one. Okay. हे भगवान, आपके द्वारा प्रतिपादित, प्रतिपादित means बताया हुआ. हे भगवान, whatever you have said in your sermons, आपके द्वारा प्रतिपादित अनेकांत मत, अनेकांत मत, अनेकांत. Just now we talked that my son is doing a PhD on अनेकांत. अनेकांत मत रूपी अमृत से पृथक जो सर्वथा एकांतवादी लोग है. Okay. So our mat is called, Jainism is called Anekantvadi. Okay. So this is a Amrit. Amrit means nectar. So the different from this nectar is the absolutism. Those people with absolutism as their perception. एकांतवादी लोग है, वे आप्तभिमान से दग्ध है. Those who are burning with the fire of the pride of being apt or omniscient beings, that is, those who have thought themselves to be apt, though in fact they are not apt, are quite distant from the nectar of multifacetedness of things as propounded by you, and believe that their wrong beliefs are true. In reality, they cannot be regarded as apt, for the nature of things as propounded by them is antagonistics. Antagonistics means they are contrary opinion. Okay. So the other religious leaders, they are not apt because whatever they say in their sermons, that is all very contradictory. So they are not apt. Now moving on to the eighth one. Now they are again explaining the earlier logic also in a more detailed way. O Lord, those who are in the grip of the ghost of single facetedness, एकांत रूपी पिचास से आधीन है. Okay, those who are in the grip of the ghost. Ghost means bhoot. Bhoot means pisach. So this ekant rupi, absolutism, is a kind of ghost. So those who are in the grip of ghost means those who believe in single facetedness, absolutism, are enemies of themselves and others. हे नाथ, जो लोग एकांत के आग्रह में रक्त है अथवा एकांत रूपी पिशाच के अधीन है, वे स्व और पर दोनों के ही शत्रु है. Okay. O Lord, those who are in the grip of the ghost of single facetedness are enemies of themselves and others. क्योंकि उनके मत में शुभाशुभ कर्म एवं परलोक आदि कुछ व्यवस्थित सिद्ध नहीं होते हैं. Because in their opinion there is no systematic merits and demerits karmas, and there is no systematic other world, parlok, lok and parlok. So what we see, what we are there is all up to lok. and beyond lok there is parlok. Okay, and there is no human existence over there. All the 5 substances live in this lok only. Okay, and in alok there is nothing is present. Only it is the space, not space. Only it is medium of rest, medium of motion, medium of rest. Then this is medium of space. Okay. Avgahana. So Akash gives us space, and then there is medium of time. Okay, Kal. So, oh Lord, those who are in the grip of the ghost of single-facetedness are enemies of themselves and others, because in their opinion there is no systematic other world and merits and demerits karmas. So, in their opinion there is no merits and demerits karmas, and there is no parlok, other world. So now we'll move on to the 9th one. And from here, the discussion on char abhav, 4 non-existence begins. So that will be chapter number 7 in Tattvagyan part 1. You can just revise it once more after this class. Oh Lord, if we accept the exclusive existence of the substance, exclusive existence means absolute existence of the substance, bhavekant. If we accept the exclusive existence of the substances, we will have to uphold that there is nothing like non-existence. So this is the 9th one, yeah. There is nothing like non-existence. If we don't accept non-existence of things, all the substance will become universal and eternal, having no separate existence of any, which is not acceptable to you. So if we believe that if we don't accept non-existence of things, okay, so there was one prior non-existence, and then there was one future non-existence. Okay, so if we don't believe in prior and future non-existence, then what will happen? Then all the substance will become universal and one and eternal, having no separate existence of any, and then this will not be acceptable to you. Okay, so this is the 9th one. And now moving on to the 10th one. This will be again on about the non-existence only. If we accept the non-existence of parag bhav, absence of the present modification in the former one of a substance, all the manifestation of substance will become eternal. Okay, so all will become eternal if we don't accept the non-existence of parag bhav. Likewise, if we don't accept pradvansa bhav, non-existence of the present modification in the future modification of a substance, all the modifications of all the substance will be without an and. So these two logics we had studied in the chapter 4 above, or the 4 non-existence, 4 absence. So you revise and come, and then we will tomorrow we will take it forward from there. So we'll do one more 11th, that is also about the non-existence only. If we don't recognize anyonya bhav, okay, which shows that the present modification of a matter, so this anyonya bhav is only related to matter. Substance cannot disturb at all the present modification of other matter substances. So anyonya bhav is between 2 modifications of matter substances. It is not applicable to the soul. Only it is applicable to the matter. It is not applicable to any other substances. All the visible matter substance will assume one shape only in the present. And if we do not recognize atyant abhav, absolute non-existence, complete non-existence of one substance into the other, all the substance will be eternally one and will not be able to be described. Because if all becomes one, then how we will identify them separately? So there will be no separate identification. All will become one if we don't recognize atyanta bhav. So we have to recognize all the four non-existence: prior non-existence, future non-existence, mutual non-existence, and absolute non-existence. So somebody was asking me now, I hope you have written it down, noted it down. So these three stanzas, 9, 10, and 11, belong to this four non-existence. Now from 12 to 16, okay? So 12 to 16, it will be about the 7 predications I told you about. So in 12, सर्वथा अभाव मानने पर आने वाली समस्या का निरूपण. सर्वथा अभाव, absolute non-existence. And the 13th one is sarvatha ubhay manne wale. Okay, so 12 and 13 are about the sarvatha abhav and ubhay abhav. So this is 12 and 13. And then 14, 15, 16, these three are about the saptabhangi or the 7 predications. So these two we will cover up tomorrow, and tomorrow we will be finishing this, and then from next week we will move on to Nimit Upadan book. Okay, so Nimit Upadan book is a self-study book, but nevertheless we'll be reading on classes, and simultaneously you will be completing all your assignments. You have 2 assignments pending with you. Some have completed the first assignment. It's very good for them that they are doing it immediately. So I would expect everyone to complete the assignment within the next week. You know, we don't want to drag it to the last day. So you should finish it by the next week, you know, and then of course you will be left with LCPA. So 3 questions yesterday, only in the night I posted it because I thought in the morning if I'm not posting it, then unnecessary you will lose some time. So I posted it yesterday evening only, but the counting will be done from today. So today is 5th December. So the last date would be 26th December. And from 30th December, your objectives will start. Again, you will have a window of 7 days to attempt, but nevertheless, we will be completing by 26th everything. So it will not be a problem. So today is the 5th. So we will study another 3 weeks, not tomorrow. Tomorrow we'll be completing this one. Then Nimit Upadan, we will be studying it for 3 weeks, you know, by end of December, up to by end of December. And of course, you know about Nimit Upadan, but I think the clarity is not there. So we'll again read it from that textbook. That textbook is in Hindi. So I'll share you the English translation by this weekend. So you will be able to read that. And otherwise, let's see first how the quality of the translation is. Otherwise, we can do now very fast through ChatGPT also. And while reading, we can correct also. So that is another option. But let me see the translation first. I'll be checking it tomorrow, maybe tomorrow, day after tomorrow. So if it is not of the very good quality, then again we will opt for ChatGPT, and then we will do it correctly in the class. But anyway, you have to understand that chapter. It's a very important chapter, Nimit Upadan. And while checking your, I think what it was, CC2, yeah. So CC2, only very few were correct in the whole answer were correct. Some were having mistakes in one or two of the options. And so I think we will do it again very nicely. And
So what is Bhavaikant and Bhavaikant?
So Bhavekant is Bhav Ekant, and Bhav Ekant means absolute manifestation. And
Okay.
above Ekant is absolute non-existence.
Okay.
So we'll be reading that 12th and 13th tomorrow, and 14, 15, 16. So all this will be completing. Tomorrow you can have a revision of that 4 non-existence chapter also.
Bhavaikant is mutual existence or whatever. Bhavaikant.
No, Bhavekant means Bhav Ekant.
But so what is that actually like means?
So that is again just like we had studied about the non-existence, you know. So similarly, there is a Bhav Ekant. Ekant means is always absolute, you know, absolute, something absolute is always Ekant. And Bhav Ekant means existence, absolutism of existence. Bhav means existence, that which can be expressed, you know. And abhav ekant means that is which is non-existent. Okay. So absolute existence, absolute non-existence is bhavekant and abhavekant. And ubhayekant is both the mistakes. It is a mixture of bhavekant and abhavekant is ubhay ekant.
Okay, sir. Okay.
I'll explain you tomorrow. Okay.
All right. All right.
First, you read the chapter of 4 non-existence, and from there we will take up this.
All right.
So, as they say, no, ki there are something which we can talk about the soul, and then there is something which we cannot talk about the soul. You have to experience only it. Okay. So whatever we can talk is all that we can express it. And there are something which we cannot express it. So these are both forms the part of that substance, okay, that multifaceted reality. So we'll understand it tomorrow. No problem. So this is, our time is also over. Nij nidhi nij mein batai, निज निधि निज में बताई, यह अनंत उपकार है उसके लिए जिन वाणी माँ को वंदना सत बार है, उसके लिए जिन वाणी माँ को वंदना सत बार है। 9 बार 9 का मतलब गिनेंगे। जय जय।